There are two words you never want to hear a human say. That's not to say that other species don't have a similar concept or phrasing. It's just that when humans say them, things tend to go awry. Suns implode. Entire systems blink out of existence. The laws of physics stop applying. You know, the usual stuff. So it would be my best and possibly only advice that if you, as a fellow sapient, ever happen to hear these words come from the mouth of a human, run. Run as fast and as far as you possibly can, lest you be caught in their, well, shenanigans. It was on Calixa 4 that I would first hear a human utter these words. This was after the Battle of Sephiro Fields and the war was winding down. It was still a war, however, and some jackoff decided that my bomber looked to be a prime example of insert anti-air here signage. As I aroused from my unfortunately timed, kinetically induced nap, I saw my human gunner tending to my wounds. He had propped me up against a tree and applied a cruise splint to my left leg, which from the feel was more than likely shattered in more than one place. Primitive, but effective. Hey, buddy. Welcome back to the land of the living. If you were out much longer, I would have had to resort to drastic measures. Being knocked out is, super bad for you, I think. It is for me, at least, he said. I blinked blankly at him. My concussion managed to actually do some legwork for me, pressing the only question I had on my mind. Status report, I asked him. Boat stinked, he responded coolly, casually throwing a thumb out to his left. My gaze followed his gesture to a meadow, which was the place my ship had decided to opt in to an early retirement program. Dinked was an understatement. A snapped landing strut was dinked. An ejected engine coil, leaky coolant, those were dinked. My once glorious bomber now looked more akin to what a human would call a postmodern decorative art piece than any sort of serviceable craft. All of it save the cockpit. It was at this moment I felt a pang of guilt. I had previously, and quite viciously I may add, mocked the humans' penchant for redundancy, and their zealous devotion to their odd religion they had called OSHA compliance. But now it seems it has saved my life. The torsion suspension, inertia dampeners, roll cage, free-floating assist, and so on, had all managed to keep the cockpit, and by extension its occupants, in relatively one piece. But I digress. Supplies? It was the only follow-up my fogging mind could muster. Well, Autodoc bit it. I'm pretty sure we avoided the warranty on the long-range comms, ditto for the distress beacon. I think the survival gear got melted, and I don't even know where the weapons locker went. I raised a paw to cut him off. Spare me. What do we have? 1 pistol, 4 mags, 3 rations apiece, and the medkit. Oh, okay. So we're screwed. What do we do now? I asked, dreading the response before the full question had even left my mouth. Now, the human responded. I could see a subtle smile begin to play at the sides of his mouth. We improvise.